How you doing? That was a bit of a pause, wasn't it? I've got to knock this out of the park because I've got to go and get my daughter from work soon. Right. I'm not going to say so. I am. Right, so, Jared. Today we have been to ipms Bolton show at the University of Bolton Stadium, which is home to Bolton Wanderers, across the M62. And let's start with the preparation, which was quite a while ago. So obviously, as a club, when you hold an event like this, when you're going to participate in an event like this, it takes some doing, it takes some organising, and anybody that's part of a club who's had to organise to go today, Bolton, the Lancashire lads, the Tornado Sig, Ev, Red Dragon Modelers, etc., etc. You know that it don't just go and you're there and you're putting stuff on a table and saying, let's hope for best, because that's not how it works. It can take weeks and months of prep. Who's going? How are we getting there? How many tables do we want? Who's bringing models? Who's bringing how many models? What models are you bringing? How are we going to set the table up? We want to set the table up the best way that we possibly can, etc., etc. It does not just happen. So for weeks and weeks and weeks, I've been saying to the lads, right, who's coming? Let's start there. Who's coming? And we had 20, 21, 22 names down. And then some additions, some falling out, one thing or another. And then it comes to the morning. So my alarm clock, a rooster, at 4:45 this morning. And you feel like strangling the fucking thing. However, I slept like a baby last night, which is unusual for me, because when I'm going to an event next morning, I'm like, I'm asleep like that, like you do. And I got up at 2:15 for a pee, and I looked and I thought, don't look at your phone for time, because my alarm set for 4:45 a.m. and if I go like that and it says it's 4:43, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, good knackers. But it weren't, it were only 2:15. And I'm sort of like going, shall I get up? Shall I get up? It's 2:15. What are you doing? Go back to sleep, you chuffing nugget. So I did. Look at me cup. Cheers, Luke. So I'm up at crack of dawn. We should have taken Fraser with us this morning, but it's a long way for Fraser to come. A very long way. And he didn't come. Which altered my schedule ever so slightly. I'm through Village and picking Bill up. I'm up to Leeds to pick Dale up. I'm across the 62 to Maccadees at Junction 27 on the M62, which is next to IKEA. And we will meet so-and-so there and so-and-so there. And we were all wearing his merch. And there's about sort of 12, 13, 14 of us all ascending on this Maccadees, and staff sort of looking, going, oh, the chuffing hell's this lot? Which sort of like, it makes me smile so much, because it shows that we are part of a very close unit, which we are. But on the other hand, it sort of makes me feel a bit uneasy, if I'm absolutely honest, because it's like, chuffing hellfire, it's a bit cringy. It's a bit cringy, but it's a bit fantastic in equal measure. Does that make sense? Because we've been to shows before, and we know that the Bolton guys that wear blue will be there en masse. And we know that the other SIGs and club stands, some wear yellow, some wear green, black, white, etc., etc. And I did say months ago, look, if we're going, we're going. All right, so dress appropriately kind of thing. Which I'm happy to say that absolutely the majority of the lads and lasses did today. Fly through to Mackey's for the brekkie. It was funny because somebody said yesterday down at club, why do we do that? And I sort of said, well, it's halfway house. It's nowhere near halfway house. It's about 20 minutes up road, right? But I distinctively remember somebody shouting out from the ranks, it's the law. It's the law. It's the road trip law. And I had a sort of inner chuckle to myself because it is the law that we start the day off with a Mackie. It's the law. And then we're driving down and we've got roadworks between sort of 20, I think it's 26 and that way on, that slows you down at 60, 50, 40. And then you can boot it on. And we got there, we sort of programmed with the Google Maps to be there for 8:30 and we were actually there for 8:10. I did not know my car did over 100 miles an hour. I'm kidding. We got there really early. We're straight in with all the guys because we all landed en masse. Wristbands, did the car thing, register the car with the fantastic help, and this is a shout out to the organisers at Bolton IPMS for having the guys stood so that you didn't have to go around to reception. The club stands that were displaying that went in to register with Rob to find out where their tables were. There were a guy at the side. Obviously, I don't know who that is, but he was saying, you give me your reg, mate, I'll book you in. Fantastic. And then we're up on the mezzanine. We booked 4 tables, and like I said, we've got 20-odd people. And I've been sort of saying to everybody for weeks and weeks, please bring models because we've got 24 foot to fill. And in my head, I'm thinking 24 foot, is that as long as a football field? Because we'll never fill that. And we, in space of 30 seconds, we've run out of room because everybody absolutely stepped up to the mark and brought models in. Shout to Daz, my mate Daz Elliott at Lancashire IPMS. So Daz comes round and he's like, I ain't got a lot of space here, Mark, have you? I'm like, we've got 4 tables, mate, but we're absolutely busting. He says, I'll tell you what, you give me, have you got a spare tablecloth? You give me a tablecloth, you can have 2 of our tables. I'm like, mate, where do you want it? When do you want it? Do you want it now? So young Lewis, who we've had under our care today, and Doug Tuck's young lad, Sam, I'm sort of saying, follow that man, go and get 2 tables. And we had a very delicate moment because we'd already set up in, that thing where the waiters pull the tablecloth off the table and all the plates stay still. And that's literally what we did. So we've got like all the tables that are covered in these black sheets and half a table that's not got anything on it. And I've got Ange and Mark Led and Trev and literally everybody else sort of like really slowly creeping this black cloth over to cover the table. And I'm like, whoa, take it easy. And everybody's plonking the models on. Hang on a minute, stop everybody, stop. Let's get a bit of uniformity here. We've got 5 Lancasters on display today. I want them in middle. Ian Clem, my Lancaster, Tornadoes. Let's get all the little stuff at the front. Let's make a fan. Little stuff. So if you imagine a line, I don't know if I've got a picture. Imagine a line, little stuff, fanning out, Lancasters in middle, going that way into bigger stuff, into cars and tanks and Ian's tank transporter. And down this end of the table, we've got Paul Patton's meticulous pieces, sci-fi, Trev's bits, Man in the Moon, Talos 3D resin print. Down this side, we've got Paul Patton's award-winning diorama, Fury diorama, that he won the award for last year. And that video is a little bit further down if you look. And we've got it all set up. You stand back, and actually this, you know, you're looking, and Mark Liddell is saying, why is this 1 in 72 hurricane here? You're right, mate, let's get that over here. Why is this tornado in flight here? It needs to be over there. And we are wanting to sound like a pompous get. You've got to have an eye for it, haven't you? You can't just go, bleh, that'll do. You've got to have a little bit of, actually, let's make a nice display. Which is what we did. And before you know it, it's 10 o'clock. Before you know it, it's 10 o'clock. So we're all there, and we've set the table up absolutely fantastic. Going from 4 tables to 5 tables. Nip downstairs to pop outside, bump into Luke Carswell. Hope you're well, mate. I've got a Black Rifle Model Works cup, and we've exchanged cups today. I'll see if I can get some pictures on from my from my shed, from our club to his club. We've done, it's almost like the exchange student kind of thing. You take one of mine, I'll take one of yours. One unfortunate thing, one breakage in the car on the way down. That's my Italieri Tornado, my absolute pride and joy. And you're looking and you're, oh, careful, where's the pitot tube? You know what I mean? It's one of them moments that a lot of us modelers, when we're transporting to shows, we know that that is a potential that can happen. Something snaps off. It's usually a wheel, a fuel tank, a missile. I'm talking about aircraft. Well, in this case, it was my pitot tube. But don't worry about it, because I know that Nigel and Phil are there this time from Tornado Sig. And those boys will definitely have one. Morning, Nige. Morning, Mark. How you doing? All right, mate. Da-di-da. Dude, let's cut to the chase. Metal, brass, pitot tube. Hand it over. I've snapped mine off. Da-di-da. I ain't got one. What do you mean you ain't got one? You in Tornado Sig. I know, but we ain't got one. We ain't got one. So I've given me address and I've paid in some cash. I'll send you one in post, mate. Don't worry about it. And I thought, right, yeah, do you know what? Suck it up, buttercup, because that's the best that you can do today. Long story short on that one, popped down a little bit later on this afternoon, and he's there, he's giving it, I'm just looking for it now. Mark, yes, mate. Happy days. Bing, that's my other phone. So I've got one, which is great. And I can stick that on. Okay. I'm itching like shit. Ange, I've heard you, darling. So, got the pitot tube, got the tables off Daz, did the tablecloth thing, set it all up. We had at least 18. I'm going to say 18. That's a conservative number because I don't actually know until I check the figures on who turned up and who actively participated in setting up and staying with table and talking to literally the 3 and 4 people deep who came to look at Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club. 5 tables. Well, that's absolutely enormous amount of fantastic models that all the lads and lasses have brought in today. 1 in 72 aircraft, Lewis's tanks, Jean's cars, Angie's boats and Warhammer stuff, Paul Patton's diorama, Trev's 3D resin stuff, Mark Liddell's aircraft. I don't want to miss anybody out. Bill brought his Hunter. Mark brought his Lightning and his Jag. Chris Barlow turned up with his gorgeous tank, his Victor, and his Raphael, the French fighter. I don't speak French. Who else turned up? We've got Gene with the cars. I think I've mentioned Rue with his cars. Me with me jets and me lank. Loads and loads of everybody made that table look absolutely fantastic. And then you're out and about then. I've got Dale, who's taken quite a bit of cash with him today, and I sort of said to him at work the other day, look, you know, this is going to be a first show. Take it easy, buddy. He's not airbrushing. He's just got back into modelling. I know you want a tank transporter, but just bide your time. Let's get a little bit of skill going before you spend 100 quid on a kit that is, for want of a better word, without sounding awful, just out of your skill range, if you will. No, Mark, you're right. And we got him a B17, I think it was, from Halifax Modellers World at Christmas. And like I say, he's not brand new to it. He did it as a kid. But he's getting back into it. And he's telling me about he wants paints and he's asking me advice. And I'm saying, right, so you need some tape, you need some paint, you need some filler, you need this, you need that, you need other. Because what I want Dale to do is be able to complete a model, if you will. Now, there's no wrong with people that paint with a paintbrush. And Dale's not quite there on airbrushing because of the logistics of getting to club. And the next go-between in between paintbrushing and airbrushing is a rattle can. So we've managed to pick him up today, some olive drab for this B17 Tamiya, the proper Tamiya one. And then we got him a gloss and we got him a matte coat. And I'm going to text him and talk to him at work about the sequence in which to do all that. Because again, you know, when you're a modeler and you just sort of like, you know what you're doing. When you're not a modeler, what sequence do you do this in then? And obviously it's down to us, isn't it, to explain what order to do things. Darren Elliott, absolute diamond. I know Darren has had I know he's had better years. And I'm not going to discuss that anymore. However, I caught up with Darren last June and he said, listen, mate, I've got a Trumpeter one in 32A10 that I've started. I'm never going to finish it, Mark. Are you fixed? I'm like, yeah, go on. How much do you want for that? Nah, you can have it, mate. So Darren's dropped me that off today at the show. Darren doesn't live here in Sesco anymore. He lives away somewhere else, but he grew up here. So he's part of the club. Don't forget, we have distance members. That's people who would come to club at every meeting if they lived here. But he don't. He lives 120 mile away, so he's classed as a distance member. But because he's from area, I class him as a personal friend. And he's brought me that Trumpeter A10 in. What an absolute legend. Absolute legend. And a fantastic, and a fantastic modeler to boot. Not just a really nice guy, a great modeler as well. His scratch building is unbelievable. So on the balcony, I'm looking over and I can see all the fantastic tables were looking good. And I kept looking at ours and thinking, yeah. And, you know, ipms so-and-so, ipms so-and-so. And I do keep stressing, but I'm not going to labour on it. We're not IPMS. We're independent. And we've set our table up the best that we possibly can. And in some respects, we are competing against some of the best modelers, some of the best display people in the country, especially sort of north of England, because that's where Bolton is. What a stupid thing to say. Of course, Bolton's in north of England. It's not down south. And some of those tables look absolutely phenomenal. And it gets to the end of the show and we're starting to pack up and this chap comes round and he says, who's boss? And everybody points at me. I said, what's up, mate? It's like, do I owe some money to somebody? Do you know what I mean? And he puts his hand out and he says, congratulations. And I said, all right, okay, what's that for? He says, your club has won the best display table at the show today for your phenomenal piece. What? He says, your club has won the best display table at Bolton show today. It's just fantastic. I've talked to a lot of your members who are, you're all wearing the same gear. That shows to me that you are a unit. They can't speak highly enough about the club, how everybody pulls together, how it's a massive team effort, and you should be very, very proud, and you're going to get a trophy for that. I'm like, are you absolutely kidding? No, I don't want to make that sound like I'm doubting myself. Because no disrespect to any of the other clubs out there today, everybody did absolutely fantastic. And we haven't got fancy plastic stands and we haven't got a big banner and we haven't got a thing that says IPMS, Sesco. We haven't got any of that. But what we have got is we've got heart and soul that everybody there's nobody pulling away, if that makes sense. There's nobody pulls away or rubs against the grain that tries to be disruptive. Everybody, this team of people down at the club, everybody, heart and soul, puts the life into it, literally in some cases. And it's like, do you know what? Yeah, I'll take that and we'll take that. And the team that were left that were helping dismantle were all like high-fiving and bumping and can't believe it. But yeah, we can believe it. Sesco and Hemsworth Community Scale Model Club on this very day have won the best display table at Bolton's IPMS Bolton's annual model show held at the stadium. And it feels like, and it's not just me, it feels like we have won the World Cup. It really does. Driving home tonight with Bill and Dale. And I'm saying to Bill, I literally can't get the words out. Because it's just, I can tell now I'm slowing down in my speech because I just can't. I can't thank everybody enough for getting there this morning at crack of dawn and coming and helping and set up. I can't thank everybody enough for putting the time and effort and heart and soul and love and passion for building what my missus calls plastic aeroplanes into something that has won us that award today. And I literally cannot stop smiling. Okay. There is going to be another video. It will be on top of this one. Because I've got another announcement to make. and that's in conjunction with a project that our club are undertaking this year with the help of several other clubs and the Black Rifle Model Works Club, who are also going to put an announcement out on Friday this coming week. So today's Sunday. So, all right, Rob. On today's Sunday, and they're going to put the announcement out on Friday. And it will. I've caught up with Luke and the lads today, and it will like literally. Well, I'm doing a video tonight, so I'm going to mention it tonight. But obviously, by the time I've edited all this and posted it, and it's gone through transcript to one thing another, it'll be morning. It might even be tomorrow night. By the time might be Monday. At the time I post it, it might be Tuesday. By the time you're watching it, or I might just get a rattle on and be able to crack it off. Either. So big announcement to come, and that's on the video that's going to be up there. Let's have a look at the time. I've been going for 26 minutes, and I need to go and pick Charlie up. Thank you a million times to absolutely everybody that has put the effort in today. It means so much to me to walk out of that place today the proudest man, proper buzzing, that the team that we're all part of, first and third Saturday of the month, have come away with that award. And once I do actually get the proper award, I will show you it on my YouTube channel. And it'll also be on my Facebook as well. Okay. Thank you to everybody that's participated and helped. I hope that everybody's had a really great day. Such a shame that, one or two of them couldn't make it today. You've missed a fantastic day, as usual. But there will be plenty of other more shows, I'm sure, that you'll all be coming to. And again, I just can't say thank you enough to everybody that's put the effort in, and the organisers of the show who've said that crew over there definitely deserve this award. Everybody deserves the award. Everybody. I have bought a few bits. Tamiya paints. I don't use Tamiya, I use MRP. Do you know what? I do use MRP, but the Tamiya black and the white, rubber black actually for tyres, the white is my go-to white. I am going to try some MRP Super Gloss Clear, so I've bought 2 bottles of that. I haven't bought no kits because I'm saving up for Telford. If you want a cleaner for a lacquer paint or an MRP paint, I'm going to show you that. That stuff is absolutely dynamite. So I've bought 2 bottles of that. A bottle of leveling thinner, because I need that for my Tamiyas. And then I'd run out of red salt, so obviously I needed that. Couple of rolls of tape. Fine compound, I needed that. And then I've picked some flat-headed paintbrushes up, because all my paintbrushes over there are start at 0. I've got 0s, 3 0s, 5 0s, and 10 0s for my intricate work, but I needed some flat ones for when I'm streaking a little bit of weathering. So I've picked them up. And that was just about it. It's late now. It's nearly 10 o'clock. I've been up since 4:45. I'm back at work in the morning. Thanks to Ian Douthwaite for coming and picking up his sprue holder. The lads at Black Rifle, I hope that you enjoy and use your sprue holders. Luke, yours is bespoke for you. I hope you use that one as well. Thanks ever so much for my cup. Really appreciate it, because I did actually break my last one. Shit happens. What else have I got? I think that's just about it. If I spent next 20 minutes thanking everybody for coming and saying hello again today, I still won't fit you all in. for saying, oh, mate, I watch your videos. I won't be able to fit you all in. There's been that many. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Bolton, IPMS Bolton 2023, Sesco and Emsworth Community Scale Model Club, best table at the show. Thanks once again to everybody that has participated. Really, really heartfelt from me. Really love it and love you all. Thank you very much. See you on next video. It'll be coming soon. Cheers.